What about you, Joseph? How was it from a spectator's point of view, like the whole DDR get together?
Pretty good, you know. It was a nice experience. Even though I'm not like a real good DDR player, you know, it's nice to see everybody come together as a community, play and have fun. What's up?
That's why I'm looking at the step.
And who are you?
Rhythm and Police 1.5.
Some dude. What's your name? You play DDR?
Yeah. I've only been playing. I started on Supernova.
Wow. I never met any. I don't think I've ever met. I don't think I've ever met your breed before. So you started on Supernova?
That nigga's dark as a
So you have no idea. You've been subjugated to like some weird shit today. You've never seen a Phataxel tournament before. That's correct, right?
You only played that shit on Stepmania, right? Like you don't even know what half of them songs are.
I never really did Stepmania. I didn't.
Oh damn!
You know what Stepmania is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No DWI.
Wow, this is actually fascinating. I never met somebody who started on Supernova. Jesus Christ! So you don't know what extreme feels like.
I played extreme at Chinatown. Sunken in past.
It is.
You never played
the greatness.
You never played Bye Bye Baby Balloon.
I never even played Bye Bye Baby Balloon.
I mean, I started.
What was that?
In the night.
You never even played. You never even play Flash in the Night.
We didn't even have that shit up in China.
So no Flash in the Night, no Bye Bye Baby Balloon.
No matter.
Let me ask you a question. I got a good question for you. You know what techno motion is?
It was only on
If you know what techno motion is, you're old
From
school.
Alien Vision to fucking Backstreet Country. What kind of shit is that?
When In the Groove came out, 2004, 2005, I remember we came to 8 on the Break. That's when Tanya from Seattle, she was one of the best women. Charlie. They were all about In the Groove. I remember when they came,
It was easy.
I know Charlie, he was a good guy. He's cool. I had nothing saying against him. But I knew for a fact that when him and Anthony were talking on boards about Bimani Ruler, he did not know how good Anthony was at that. He thought he was going to come over here and show us something. So I remember we went to 8 on the Break that day.
We showed them something.
And they showed us a little something In the Groove. But 2 or 3 months after that, when Jeff and everyone started getting into it, what were you and I doing? We were doing Delirium. When Delirium was one of the hardest songs with no bar. And we were getting like 90,
remember we put it on
95,
Blender?
96%.
Random Blender, then we put it on Random Blender. Charlene, Random
And
Blender.
everyone forgets that when we played In the Groove and we started the In the Groove, we were still better than everyone.
And y'all were doing it 1X.
Nah, we do on 1X is fun, but In the Groove, if you want to have you need to put it on screen, unfortunately. I remember when Pickles came for the Jacob Javits Center, and that was the first time we went to Port Authority, and In the Groove's there, and he was like, oh, I'll play it on 1X. I was like, yeah, you need
But that's not true. Remember David Togo? This nigga was getting like 98s and shit on 1X.
You know
Blood Rush,
you know what the problem was? The biggest problem in the whole community? It was time-based accomplishments. That's my problem. Like, people had no respect. So, like, I would never disrespect Taki and Yasu and go ahead and say, like they weren't good. Because when they were able to AAA Max 300, it was serious. You know what I mean?
That's when the game just
and then, like with me, that's why when I go on YouTube and I watch my videos, if I get nostalgic, like I don't like looking at the comments because people don't realize that when I did that, it was like 2004, like when it was still difficult. Like, and the MTV interview. People will say that I'm cocky because I said that I was the best, but I gave everybody shout-outs. Like, at the time I was competing with Mega Man X and Lil Q, like, I had explained the whole community, and I let everybody know who was good, and I let everybody know why I was the best. And if I could do it again, this is a good question. Like, if you could do it again, how would you do it? If I could do it again, I would be much more cocky because I was nice to everybody, and I still got shot on for it. And everybody said I was cocky anyway, so if I did it again, I would just tell people.
Was I ever nice to anybody?
No,
This nigga's an asshole.
I wouldn't change a guy against goddamn. I'll do everything.
Somebody shitted in his cornflakes every day.
Because it was like I was either way. It was like
for no reason.
I was wrong whether I was good. I was wrong or I was right. Like I was wrong or wrong. Like if I played and I was nice to somebody, they would say, "Oh, Sketch is cocky." They'd be like, Sketch is cocky. He came up to me. He was talking to me. So I walk in the arcade and I wouldn't say anything. He was like, Sketch is cocky. He thinks he's too good to talk.
Problem is people wanted your attention a lot. Like, I know every time we rolled in the arcade, people start doing shit like, look what I could do, look what I do.
Yeah.
Like, before they just get on the pad and do like the hardest shit, and then like,
they be looking at the corner of their eye, right?
Yeah. And then like they pass and then look at you like.
Yeah.
You remember Fun World when that girl asked for an autograph? Jason's sister?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Asked for an autograph. I was like,
this nigga with this shade. Night riding. When Matt used to try to reason with some of these people, because I remember me and Matt used to go to free play and shit, and I remember this was like we were doing shuffle shit, and me and him would do Max Unlimited Shuffle, and I passed it no VAR, and he was trying to put like both of our accomplishments up, and they were just like, oh, that's nothing, you know, like, you know, they would shun it out like you said, and you were just like, fine, like when y'all still trying to AAA freckles and stuff like that, we're gonna be reading over 1,000, you know, BPM.
The way I saw the community back then, everyone was in their own groups. You had the Chinatown Fair people, you had the NYDS people, which was David and fucking Bunny and Steven, you know, Matt, Jeff. Then you had
Jeff was kind of like.
Then you had us. You had like DDPD, but after a while, Stephen stopped playing like that. Osh's freestyle said it was just me, really me and Anthony carrying.
Andre until he quit.
Yeah, just he quit. So
and what about Adam?
Adam was alright. He was pretty solid.
He got like, well, ITG. He was like.